Ready? Okay. Okay, good evening, everybody. This is going to be the Manvel Planning Development Zoning Commission meeting for January 8th. It is 6:03. We'll start off tonight with roll call. Ryan Miller, that's me, I'm here. Kyle Maraskin.
Here.
Marianne Atkinson.
Here.
Kenneth Haynes is out this evening. Christy Kennard.
Here.
Dorothy Wayne.
Here.
And Muhammad Alam.
Here.
Excellent. If I can get everybody to stand for the pledge, please. Thank you. Okay. And Ms. Tammy, do we have any public comments tonight? No? Okay. And if there's anybody here that has an application for, to be on the Planning Development Zoning meeting to meet your meeting requirements, just stand up and state your name for the record, please.
William Richardson.
Thank you, sir. Did you get that, Tammy? Okay, we have two public hearings up next on the agenda. Start with public hearing number 1, which is to hear input from the public regarding an ordinance of the city of Manvel, Texas, amending the zoning ordinance of the city by amending the zoning classification of .7796 acres located at 19201 Morris Avenue, Manvel, Texas, abutting Starbucks, located at 7326 Blue Water Street, Manvel, Texas, from Light Commercial District, State Highway 6 Overlay District to Light Commercial District, State Highway 6 Overlay District with specific use permit, providing for the granting of a specific use permit with conditions to authorize the use of property for 441310 automotive parts and accessory stores, providing for the amendment of the city's official zoning map, providing for severability, and providing a penalty in an amount not to exceed $2,000 for each day of violation of any provision hereof. Oh, that was fun. Okay, we'll open comments at 6:05. Second call for comments. And a final call for comments on the first public hearing. Okay, we'll close the comments at 6:06. Okay. Public hearing B. To hear input from the public regarding an ordinance of the city of Manvel, Texas, finding and determining that public convenience and necessity no longer require the continued existence of city right-of-way consisting of 2.713 acre tract of land in the HTRR Company Survey Section 62, Abstract Number 484, Brazoria County, Texas, being a portion of Bissell Road, 50 foot wide, located west of Meridiana Parkway and east of the GCWA Canal, vacating, abandoning, and closing said public right-of-way, authorizing the mayor to execute and the city secretary to attest, respectfully, quitclaim deeds conveying respective interest in said abandoning right-of-way to the abutting property owners, providing for severability and containing other provisions relating to the subject. Okay, we'll open comments at 6:07. And second call for public comments. And final call for public comments. Okay, we will close at 6:07. Okay, up next is our consent agenda, which consists of approving the final plat for Meridiana Detention Reserve H2 Phase 2, the final plat for Meridiana Section 14A, Valencia Section 16, preliminary plat for Valencia Lake G, a preliminary plat for Valencia Lake 1, or Lake I, and preliminary plat for Hampton Business Park, and the meeting minutes to date. Is there anything that anybody would like to pull out? Are we good with the consent agenda as it is? Good. Motions then?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
Second.
And all those in favor? And the motion carries unanimously 6-0. Okay. On to our regular agenda. Consideration and possible action to approve and forward with recommendation to the City Council master plan for Avellino. Joe's, I'm assuming.
Good evening, Commissioners. This is a master plan for Avellino. This particular community is located, this particular development is located next to the Foxtail Palms, if you all remember that one on the west side. This is a master plan, and this will also act as a preliminary plat. It is subdividing a total of 50.75 acres, and there'll be a total of 140 residential lots. This plat, the final action on this plat would be taken by the City Council. This was presented once previously also, but then there were some deficiencies which needed to be addressed. And since the last action taken on it, the applicant has addressed some of the deficiencies, but there are still a few minor comments that we had to make, and therefore staff is recommending approval with 3 conditions listed in the report. The first being that they've shown a portion of Rodeo Palms Parkway, which is already been made part of the Foxtail Palms plat. And then there's a typo on the reserve table which calls out a lift station where there's no lift station. And then there's another condition that we need hard copies for signature, the approval signature from the city.
Okay, thank you very much. Questions from any of the commission? No? If you're ready to make a motion, then somebody make a motion. Some poetry?
I'll make a motion to approve with the conditions.
Okay, second on that?
I'll second.
Very good. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously 6-0 then. Okay, on to our 2 public hearing items. So agenda item B was consideration of possible action to approve and forward with recommendation City Council ordinance 2024-0-01, which is the special use permit for auto parts and accessory store. Joseph?
So our associate planner, Ellie Rubaksh, will be presenting the staff report on this one.
Very good, thank you.
Good evening, Commission members.
Evening.
This SUP request is about a property located along the north side of Highway 6, about Starbucks. The property is about 0.77 acres, located in light commercial zoning district with Highway 6 overlay district. Applicant, who is a potential buyer, applied for SUP because they wanted to establish AutoZone retail store, which is allowed in light commercial districts with open approval of SUP, and the next code will be 441310, automotive parts and accessory stores. Project engineer met with the staff for a pre-development meeting and discussed about this proposed SUP in September 2023. Properties in the immediate vicinity of the subject site on the east and west side are zoned light commercial district with Highway 6 overlay district. On the east, we have a Starbucks, and on the west, there is a vacant lot. On the south side, there is a property located in light commercial zoning district with Highway 6 overlay district with approved SUP for car wash. On the north side, there is single-family residential district properties, which are Blue Water Lakes residential development. As a part of a CUP, applicant provided concept plans and staff reviewed plans, and the plans show general conformance to City of Manvel's site development standards, and detailed review of plans will be done as a process of platting and permitting. The subject site does not have a driveway access from Highway 6 and is proposed to be accessed from Blue Water Street through parallel public access easements which were established on the adjoining property, which is Starbucks on its east side. The subject site is required to be platted, and it's going to provide extension for the public access easements to the west side of the property. Applicant also provided a document about drainage, and document shows that same as Starbucks, this subject site will drain to the eastern detention pond of Blue Water Lakes development. Also, the proposed development is required to extend the sidewalk along Highway 6. Considering that the property is located along major thoroughfare and proposed use will not significantly change the traffic pattern of Highway 6, and also because surrounding properties are mostly zoned light commercial district, the proposed use being a low-intensity retail store use, which it's not anticipate to have any negative impact on the nearby properties. The subject site abuts Blue Water Lake residential development, and the proposed development shows that they are going to have dumpster area, parking spaces, and the extension of existing public access easement on the site that it's adjacent to the Blue Water Lakes residential development. So it's important to limit light overspill on the residential lots. Overall, the proposed use meets all the criteria of approval provided in Section 7750E of the Code of Ordinances, and it will be in harmony with the adjacent property and will not have a detrimental impact on the area. Since the subject site being located along major thoroughfare makes it a suitable location for the proposed use and hence aligned with the comprehensive plan goals. Based on these, staff recommends approval of this CUP for this subject site to allow automotive parts and accessory stores with 5 conditions. The first condition is about the platting, which shall be prepared and approved in conformance with Chapter 62 subdivision ordinances. Another condition is about site development, which shall follow the submitted site plan. However, any necessary changes will be required to conform to any codes and ordinances shall be made as part of the construction plan and building permit process. There are 2 conditions regarding outdoor lighting, which shall not be a nuisance to abutting properties, and it has to be confirmed with Illumination Engineering Society of North America. There is a last condition, which is building shall be designed in conformance with all adapted technical codes, including building and fire codes. The note to public hearing was published in the newspaper, and all property owners within 200 feet of the property were notified, and till now staff has not received any information or inquiry and opposition this request.
Excellent, thank you very much. So just looking through here, the only question I think I've come up with so far is, it looks like at the back of the lot, there's an existing wood fence that was put up as part of Blue Water. Do we have any kind of requirement for additional screening there, whether it be plants or a fence?
I can step in on that. So we do not have anything specifically for light commercial district in terms of landscaping, but there is a fencing requirement, which, and usually the way it's been applied is like if there is an existing fence that can be considered as the required screening, but if for some reason that fence goes away, the responsibility is on the commercial side to put up a fence. So other than that, we do not have a specific requirement. And internally, we've had some discussions to see, as part of our next amendment to the comprehensive plan process, we may consider that as one of the changes we need to put in place. So if this lot was being developed by another developer who did not require SUP and was doing a similar retail establishment, they would not be required to put those.
Right.
There is a open, a 25-foot area where your buildings cannot encroach, and they've met that requirement clearly.
Right, okay. What other questions do you all have?
My biggest concern is drainage. Where does this drain to?
They have provided documents that it shows that same as a Starbucks, the site will drain to the eastern detention pond in Blue Water Lakes residential development.
Basically, the Blue Water Lakes has capacity factored in for the commercial acreage that they have in front.
For the whole area right there? I'm
If
thinking
I
future down
remember,
on the
yeah.
road too. Because I mean, it's 6 and you're gonna have more come in over time. And drainage is gonna be a big issue down the road, not just now, but even worse down the road.
Yeah, and at the SUP stage, we asked for documentation that's related, but when we move on to the building permitting and construction plan reviews, all of that, at that point, there'll be a detailed scrutiny, I guess, to make sure that the capacity is real and there's no detrimental impact.
So where exactly is the driveway gonna spill out?
It'll go through Starbucks.
So it's gonna go through Starbucks' parking lot?
Yes.
And in the future, sorry if I may add, in the future, as development progresses on the west side, there will be another access entry from Highway 6, and that will also be connected to this one. So eventually, I have a feeling that the traffic would go from Highway 6 from the front of those. It'll be similar to where we have the dollar store and all of that.
But the access point right now for Starbucks is off of Blue Water,
Blue
right?
Water
There's not an
Lakes.
access point off of Highway 6, so you'll have to
Not-
go down Blue Water and go across to get to both of them until future development, and then
Correct.
there'll be an access point of Highway 6.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's driven by TxDOT's requirements.
Well, that's what I was trying to say, is that us or TxDOT, that's, yeah,
Yeah, that's all text.
kind of figured.
Mohammed, did you have a question?
Yeah, I have one question. Just wondering, right now, actually, we're doing only amending the zoning, right? Not anything about the drawing they submitted or give it to us in here, because I'm looking at setback. I thought our setback requirement minimum is 10 feet, but in the drawing, it shows only 5 feet on the both side, port and starboard side, I mean, left and right side.
Do you want to answer?
Light commercial, it is 5 feet.
Yeah.
It is a 5 feet?
Yeah, within light commercial on the sides, it is 5 feet. And that's building setback.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought it was 10 feet, my mistake, so I'm wondering. Okay. Yeah, that's the only question I have.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Anybody would like to make a motion then? I will make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second,
With
Second.
conditions.
With conditions, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, yes.
I'll second.
second with the condition.
With conditions, okay, and all those in favor? And that's 5-0, is that correct? All those opposed? 6-0, okay. I didn't see your vote.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that passes unanimously, 6-0. Okay. Onward we go. Item C, consideration possible action to approve and forward with recommendation to City Council Ordinance 2024-0-03, which is the abandonment of Bissell Road right-of-way. Joes?
Yes. I'm not 100% sure if you all remember, but this was brought up when we discussed Meridiana Section 82 preliminary plat and one of the detention reserves in that area. So this request is from the Meridiana developer. They're requesting to abandon a portion of the Bissell Road between the canal, GCW Canal, and Meridiana Parkway. And that acreage is intended to be made part of that section where they're proposing garden homes as part of the overall Meridiana development. However, all of this is connected to a request that they've made to amend their PUD to include certain allowances, including the addition of new acreage into Meridiana, and also an update to their GDP, the General Development Plan. And both, since this application is also connected to that whole process, staff is recommending that we table this item so that action can be taken when those two applications come in as well. Additionally, I would want to mention that we've notified the entities that we are required to notify as part of the right-of-way abandonment process. And after the report and everything was put together, we realized that AT&T has posed some objection to it, stating that they have some lines in that right-of-way that needs to be looked into before they can release a no objection certificate. We've notified that to the applicant. The applicant is aware of it, and they'll be working with AT&T to take care of that as well.
Okay.
In the meantime. So basically, the recommendation is to table this item till we get to the other two items.
Okay. Anybody have any issues proceeding with that? No? Make a motion then?
I make a motion that we table item. Yeah.
So,
Item, what item is it?
Item C?
Item C on the agenda.
okay. Second, all those in favor of that motion? And the motion passes unanimously, 6-0. Okay, agenda item D, consideration possible action to direct staff to provide applicants written statements of conditions for any conditional approvals and the reasons for disapproval of any plans or plats that were not approved per Texas Local Government Code 212.0091. Do I have a motion?
Motion that we motion to approve item D.
And a second?
Second.
And all those in favor? And that passes unanimously, 6-0. Consideration possible action to approve excused committee member absences. I will make a motion to approve that. Do I have a second?
Second.
And all those in favor? Passes unanimously as well. And if I can get one more motion, please.
Motion to adjourn.
We all
And a
know that.
second.
She-
And all those in favor? 6-0, always is.
Never fails.
Okay, and we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for coming this evening, braving the
Staying dry.
treacherous elements outside. Drive safely home, please.